Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Choppin It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Well, let's get started. First of all, I hope everybody had a blessed and happy weekend. I know for myself I did, so I hope you did. Once again, I thank you guys for tuning in. You guys can follow me on YouTube, Troy, Ramel, Royal, Chopping It Up with Ramel. I got plenty of videos there. Spread the word. If you know anybody that's interested in sports, I'm going to try to go all the way through the summer. I don't know how many of you guys are baseball fans, but baseball fans is here. And I want to talk about it. So, baseball is here. But listen, yesterday, what a day in sports it was. So much to cover just on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening alone. I started my day out with the family. We went to church. Everything was going well. Came home from church. We had a little bit of downtime before we decided to go out and have dinner. I decided, let me sit down. I'm going to do Netflix today. So I decided to catch up and go on a little Get Down Part 2, Season 2 marathon. Got a chance to see the first 3 episodes. From watching one, I just got locked in. I knew the game was on, the Hawks game. I knew the Hawks in Cleveland was on. I said to myself that Cleveland is probably going to come out and just blow this team out, especially after what took place in Cleveland on Friday. So I'm watching this, and like I said, I started out with 1, and before you know it, I'm watching 3. But somewhere along there, I hear my wife upstairs. She's hollering and screaming. Cleveland's giving it to him. Yeah, this is paybacks from Friday. So I said I did right. There was no need to watch it. After watching 3 episodes of Get Down, something said, let's put on the Cleveland Hawks game. So I turned on the Cleveland Hawks game. I turned it on. And there it was. Fourth quarter was about to start. Cleveland's up 93-67. And I said to myself, wow, why am I going to watch this? Well, I said, let me tune in. The fourth quarter begins, and LeBron is out there. And I say, see, this is why he needs rest. It's because you're up 26 points in the fourth quarter to begin. You got a team on their heels. And your star player has to start the fourth quarter. I thought back, this was the days of Jordan and Pippen, they'd be sitting on the bench. If this was the days of the bad boy New York Knicks, Patrick Ewing would be on the sideline already with the knee pads, ice around the knees wrapped up. Because your bench supposed to secure this. Well, not only did he start the fourth quarter, he played the rest of the game until he fouled out a little halfway into overtime. Listen, I said this the last time I had a show. LeBron is always an MVP candidate. He's always going to be the best player on his team. Kyrie Irving, years to come, should always make an all-NBA team, whether it's first, second, or third. But the second most valuable player, and maybe the first most valuable player on that Cleveland Cavalier team, is Tristan Thompson. Without his presence in the fourth quarter, the defense is not the same, the rebounding is not the same, and the backdoor opportunities opens up wide. And when I say wide, opens up wide. The Atlanta Hawks' second unit, led by point guard Malcolm Delaney, just ran the Cleveland Cavaliers in the fourth quarter. Just ran them. Ran them so bad they're pointing fingers at each other, did not know how to adjust, did not know how to make adjustment. Tyronn Lue was stunned. At about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, he was forced to put in Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. By that time, the Hawks had established a rhythm, and Coach Bud, he stayed with that group other than inserting Paul Millsap into the game, which was a huge, it paid off huge for them. But this here, It's also about LeBron James. These are the type of games that if you want to be a star in this league or be considered the GOAT, you have to close this out on the road. With the number one seed on the ropes, on the line, you have to find a way to close this game out. You shouldn't have been playing in this fourth quarter anyway. You're supposed to be resting. The bench is supposed to go in there and secure it. But here's the deal. You have no presence at the hole. When the fourth quarter started, LeBron was at the 5. At the 5. But he was guarding a shooter. So now whose back door was open? There was no one there. And Atlanta took advantage of it. Now, to Cleveland's credit, I watched the game. There was a lot of questionable calls towards the end of the fourth and in overtime. A lot. It even went both ways, but it more so looked like it went against Cleveland than it did Atlanta. And I agree with that. I got to keep it fair. But at the bottom line of it all, this game should have never came down to this. Cleveland's supposed to secure a 26-point lead starting the fourth quarter. There's no way you get outscored in the fourth quarter 44-18. No way. No way do you get outscored 44-18. No way. On the road, at home, it should not. You're talking about winning a championship. Listen, as much as Tristan Thompson mean to you, you're supposed to still win this game. And I'll say it again. If Tristan Thompson is not healthy for the second round, Cleveland will not advance without him. That's how valuable Tristan Thompson is to this team. And let me tell you how bad it was. Dwight Howard had a solid game going into the fourth quarter. 19 points, maybe 11 rebounds. He didn't play the fourth nor the overtime. Nor the overtime. Muscala was getting some quality layups, hitting a couple of threes. Unbelievable. And then when Kevin Love comes in there, he's no match. He's no big man. He's no rim protector. They'd have been better off signing the best D-League 7-footer in the D-League this season to replace Bogut when he went down than Larry Sanders, which is a project. But if Tristan Thompson can't go, folks, and when they get to the second round, if he's not there, Cleveland's in some trouble. They're in some trouble. Keeping it in the NBA, as I said, that was an exciting moment, but there was another exciting moment. Down by two. With seconds to go. Westbrook hits a game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer to not only give the win for 106-105 over Denver, but it also knocked Denver out of the playoffs, and he also secured his record-breaking 43rd triple-double of the season as he passes Oscar Robertson. What a tremendous moment. What a tremendous season for this young man that, again, without any questions, any doubts, should be the undisputed MVP of the season. 43 triple-doubles. He had 50 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists last night. As they knocked Denver out, he passes Oscar Robertson. They secured a 6th seed in the Western Conference. What more does he have to do to put his name on the trophy? Nothing. Just be competitive in the playoffs to back up what he did for the season. And oh, by the way, the playoffs has nothing to do with the regular season. I acknowledge, even LeBron had his third-team triple-double yesterday in that unforgettable loss by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And more about the Hawks, by the way, which I failed to mention. That was all about the Hawks, the way they came back. Coach Bud kept the composure and put them in there. Paul Millsap with a big shot to send it into overtime, 22 points. Tim Hardaway, 21 points. But getting back to Westbrook, again, what does he has to do? He's playing with the most, out of all the playoff teams in the West, he's playing with the most challenged. The most challenged offensively. Most challenged. Every other team, you can make the case, has 2 all-star players. The only other team that might, well, I would even say that McCollum and Lillard is a better duo than any 2 you can put together on OKC. Conley Jr. and Gasol is a better tandem than any 2 you can put together on OKC. It is Westbrook and OKC. And this guy continues to shine day in and day out. And by the way, maybe he might take a day off for rest right now. Because he's played every game. Every game. And I'm sure he's hurt. I'm sure he's dealing with assorted ailments. Because not many play as hard as he does. From start to finish. And throughout this season, I got to give Billy Donovan a lot of credit. Because Russell is not in the top 5 in minutes. He is not. So it's not like he's draining him each and every night. He's playing right, maybe slightly above average when it comes to minutes. Phenomenal job in managing his minutes and still finding a way to get the best of him. Excellent job by Billy Donovan. Moving right along, James Harden, he pulls off a quadruple double last night as they beat the Sacramento Kings 135-128. I think he had something like 35 points, 16 rebounds, 15 rebounds, 16 assists, and 10 turnovers. Listen, Harden, unfortunately, it appears that you're going to be snubbed again. Definitely from me. But this is no knock on the season that you had. I'm not one of those that think that you should be 1, 2, 3, or 4 to get the MVP. I don't think so. All right. My thing is this. You had a phenomenal season. And Billy Donovan's coach is not in the mix of Coach of the Year. Your coach is. I think that alone takes away from you. Because if a team has the Coach of the Year and an MVP candidate, who's really getting the credit for the success? Can they have both? Or should they have both? If you award the player for MVP, then you're saying that he's the reason for the success of the team. But if you're awarding the coach, then you're giving the coach the credit for the success. I think awarding one weakens the other. But neither say Billy Donovan is not a Coach of the Year candidate. He might get some votes, especially from the OKC fans. But throughout the board, no, he's not. Sensational year. Unfortunately, you're going to be snubbed again. But rightfully so. The year that Westbrook is having is just, and he's not letting up. And what's going to be great about this, you guys are going to face in the first round. It really is. And you've swept them all year long. But the regular season means nothing when it comes to the playoffs. It just gives you an edge. But it should be epic. It should be epic. With that said, the Western Conference playoff, the 8 is in. The only thing that we're waiting on now is the 4-5 matchup. The seeding is not set yet. Right now, it looks like Utah is ahead of Clippers. That could change. Who knows? But 1 and 8 is set. 2 and 7 is set. 3 and 6 is set. So you're gonna have some nice matchups there. All right, you're gonna have Golden State and Portland. Okay, Golden State should win that easily as Durant made his comeback on Saturday night, and he doesn't look like he lost a step. San Antonio, Memphis should be a very good game. Should be a very good game. I think it goes 6, but I believe Spurs will pull that one out. You got Houston and OKC. The safe money says Houston, but my passion is going with OKC. I'm looking for the upset there. I think Harden is going to be a sourpuss, and OKC just goes out and beat them. We've seen that happen with Houston and Golden State that year. He thought he should have got it, and Curry won. To me, it doesn't matter. Utah, Clippers, who's get 4 and 5. Obviously, you want to be the 4th seed, but I think Utah beats the Clippers in the series, 7-game series in the first round. I think they would beat them in 7. No doubt in my mind. I just think Utah is deeper. They have better chemistry, and I think Quinn Snyder, the job that he's done, he should be considered as at least top 5 in the Coach of the Year voting. And they don't have an MVP candidate. It's just a collective team there. So that's how I see that. But exciting day in the NBA. But I don't know if it could have been any more exciting than what took place up in Augusta, Georgia yesterday at the Masters. After 74 tries and nearly blown it once again, Sergio Garcia captures his first major by winning a playoff round against Justin Rose at the Masters. Great performance, great theater, a lot of excitement. Sergio Garcia captures not only his first Masters, but his first major after 74 tries. Outstanding. Happy for the young guy. Much more success ahead of you. But again, dramatic finish with the playoff round against Justin Rose. Now, I said on a previous show Saturday, for all you guys that follow the sport much more than me, Phil Mickelson finished 22nd in yesterday's contest. Oh, by the way, Sergio Garcia pocketed $2 million yesterday. But he finished 22nd yesterday. And, Phil Mickelson was like the bridesmaid to Tiger Woods when Tiger Woods was in his heyday. And I had to dig this up. I asked, has Phil won a major since Tiger Woods essentially has been out of golf? Since the very first time that the incident occurred, we had the incident with his wife, and he had to take time off, and then made some comebacks to only be derailed by injury, and blah, 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 blah. We know how the story goes. Has Phil Mickelson won? Because to me, he's the wife to Tiger Woods. He's won one major. One major. I tell you, it's like that married couple that's been together for 50, 60, 70 years, and one passed away, and unfortunately, 2-3 months later, 4 months later, the other one passed away. It's almost like they can't live life without the other one, and that's Phil Mickelson. Just for the most part, he just fell off. He was the number 2 guy. You figure with Tiger gone, it's all his. No. It's almost to the point where I suggest he retires. He's still got life in him, but he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy. And before I close, is there a question of who's the ace on the Mets pitching staff? Is it Thor? The 9 strikeout performance last night with no walks against Miami, primetime television, ESPN? Is it Noah Syndergaard? Are we going to rely on Matt Harvey or Jason DeGrom? I'm going with Thor. What a performance he put on last night. If it wasn't for a couple of misplayed fly ball by Cespedes, it might have been a shutout. This guy was nearly unhittable last night. As the only fly ball opportunity that Cespedes botched. I mean, this guy produced 10 groundouts and 9 strikeouts. These guys couldn't really hit it out in the infield yesterday on this guy. Mets used a 3-run first, rattled Miami. A couple of solo homers later in the game by Jay Bruce and Conforto. By the way, Jay Bruce, he's got to be the cleanup hitter for New York. If New York is going to have any success, you live and die with his 250, 260 batting average, high strikeout, but you keep him in the number 4 spot. He's the only capable cleanup hitter New York has. Keep him there. The lineup will work better with him there. And move Cabrera out of the 2-hole. Well, here's the thing. When Granderson is playing, you got to put him in the 2-hole. The New York Mets really need to lobby for the DH in the National League. The Mets got 4 everyday players in the outfield. Cespedes, Bruce, Conforto, and Granderson. One's going to have to sit down. That hurts the lineup because you got to juggle the lineup, and then it might hurt the rhythm of the players. But they should really lobby. For the DH in the National League. I'm not a big fan of the DH. I like the pitchers. I like the strategy that goes behind pitchers having a hit, but they should lobby for it because they got 4 quality outfielders that need to play every day, and it could affect their rhythm. It could affect the lineup order, unless you can take one and plug them in at first base from time to time. But yeah, that's something to think about. But what a performance by Thor. What did we learn in the first week of baseball? Listen, baseball is a marathon. It's 162 games. In the East right now, you got 4 teams that's 3-3. That's probably going to be a battle until the Nationals seem to step up. But Miami, never count them out. Philly had a bunch of youngsters that may have played over their head last year. But if they played what they're capable of playing, they could be players going in. The Mets, again, it's all about their hitting. They have the pitching. That's not going to be their weakness. It's about that hitting lineup. Again, it's either home runs or nothing with the Mets. They don't have the steady dose of 300 hitters. They have a bunch of 280 or less hitters, but they do have pop in their bat. So that's something to keep an eye on going further. All right. But what did we learn? Really, you haven't learned much about anything. But I will say this. The surprises of the week thus far. Arizona coming out. I think they're 6-1. And Toronto 1-5. Those are my 2 surprises of the week. I expected more from the Blue Jays. And I don't know where Arizona's coming from. You know, that division, you're thinking Dodgers and Giants. But for them to come out the gate 6-1, that's pretty good. You know, you say, well, it's still early, but keep this in mind, guys. The more wins you get early, the less wins you need later. I'm going to close on that. Hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we're going to get back to it. This is Ramel with Choppin It Up for Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Hey, y'all be blessed. Chop.